Good afternoon, Rotarians and guests today. How's everybody?
Good afternoon, Kevin.
Hello. Welcome to the Rotary Club Des Moines meeting of June 26th, and for the next 45 minutes, I'm your president, Kevin Kassir. And today is a great day, not because I get to hand the gavel over to Tim, but because it's a great day because we get to do this wonderful thing of recognizing the firefighter and police officer of the year. So glad to see nearly 100 people here today. So thank you all for coming. Thank you to our greeters today, Christy Edwards and Marnie Hockenberg. So ladies, thank you, great job. And you know, you Rotarians, you all can sign up for that, continue to do that. And another opportunity to sign up is to be our moment of inspiration speaker. And we have past president Steve Wooten to do that today, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the four-way test, and we'll have an opportunity to greet each other. So, Steve.
Thank you for that thunderous ovation. Today is a special day. For the Rotary Club of Des Moines, we get to pass the gavel from Kevin to Tim, and it's down to about 41 minutes now. And I become the 15th-time past president, which means I've been past president longer than I've been a Rotarian when I became president. So, and Doug Salzgeber, you're going to be 4 times now, okay? All right. Okay. We also have the great pleasure today of hosting Major Ryan Doty, who is substituting for Chief Michael McTaggart, who had a conflict of interest today. And also, after so many years, and the other guy, he retired. I can't remember his name anyway. And it's always a pleasure to have Fire Chief John Kipp. Our inspiration today is supposed to be brief and to the point, but today it just means a little more. Today we recognize 2 people who are ordinary people, but they do extraordinary things. They willingly put themselves in danger and do things most of us would run away from. The Rotary Club of Des Moines gives the departments the forum to recognize these honorees, but their fellow firefighters and police officers nominate and select the men we recognize today. We provide the platform that their peers do the heavy lifting. These honorees protect us, protect our property, answer distressed calls, and if asked, put themselves between ourselves and chaos. I'd say they do this willingly, but because it's part of the job, but they don't have time to think about that. This is your basic superhero stuff. They are the personification of excellence, and if that's not inspiration, I don't know what is. They are husbands, dads, sons. They have friends who they do things with. Like the rest of us, they go to the store. Maybe they coach a kid's soccer or baseball team. They have good days and bad days. But their bad days would probably make ours look pretty tame by comparison. They get up and go to work just like the rest of us, but they do something unique and different. They willingly put themselves in harm's way to protect us. They don't like or seek the recognition that they will receive today. The 20-foot likeness going up on billboards around town will not only accentuate that, but will also be a certain point of embarrassment to their kids. Not really, their kids will be immensely proud of that, even if they may not admit it today. I guarantee you their spouses and their parents are proud of them. So are their colleagues, and so are we. Today we recognize and honor Jermaine Ingenor, hope I pronounced that correctly, as the Des Moines Firefighter of the Year, and Jacob Bekoff from the Des Moines Police Department. Inspiration is simply recognizing excellence in our presence and in our community. We thank them for their service above self in making Des Moines a better place to live, a better place to raise your family, and being a better part of our community. We honor and congratulate Jeremy and Jacob as the Rotary Club of Des Moines Firefighter and Police Officer of the Year. With that, would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
and the four-way test.
Is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Please greet your fellow Rotarians.
Hey, Jordan. Mr. Edwards.
Wonderful
Glad to hear.
Great job. Thank you. Thank you. Nice words. Nice words.
I said, I only get to see her once a year. I said, I'd rather do it here.
All right, thank you, everyone. We're now going to recognize our guests here today. We have one guest who, a member of our club, Joyce Wheeler from the Waukee Rotary Club, and spouse of Todd Wheeler is here, if you would stand. And then also all of our guests that are here today from the families and colleagues of the police officer and firefighter of the year. So all of our other guests, please stand as well so we can recognize you. Couple birthdays in the club today. Chris Anderson, I see. Happy birthday, buddy. And also Tina Smothers. I don't know if she's here today or not. No? We'll reach out to Tina and wish her a happy day if you would. Now at this final meeting of our fiscal year, it's a time for a few thank yous. And first of all, our board. I've asked a lot of our board this year with the strategic planning process and then acting on that. And there are a few that I'd like to recognize as moving off the board after their 2-year term. Claudia Schabel and Carter Smith. Are you two here today? Claudia's here? Stand, Claudia. Thank you, Carter. And also, past President Becky Greenwald is coming off the board after her long-term commitment, and then will continue on as the foundation president for next year. So thank you to Becky. Also to all of our committee chairs. Great group that helped make things happen. Scott Bennett, Rich Leopold, Brian Beckett, Deanne Thompson, Todd Wishman, Bill Wright, Ann McFarland, Dave Busick, and Jamie Borisman. So thank you all as well. And I couldn't end my committee thank yous without recognizing my Rotarians on the floor laughing committee. You know, when I went to the large club conference, the one thing they said was, infuse some fun into the meeting. So I pulled past presidents, the two past presidents together and asked them to take on that challenge, and they did a great job. So thank you, Steve, and thank you, Doug. And as I've promised, we're not going to talk about the foundation every meeting, but we are going to talk it from time to time, and today's a day we need to talk about it because the foundation is what makes today possible. Not only today for the Police and Fire Awards, but our college scholarships, Teachers of the Year, and so on. So thanks to all of our members that contribute $25 a quarter to our foundation. And for those that have the dollar green signs, which means on your badge, which means that you give an annual donation of $200. And it's that time of year to be thinking about your next year $200 donation. Information is in the tumblers that we have on the table. And if you want to throw a few more dollars in those tumblers, that would be welcomed as well. Thank you all for your support for the Rotary Club of Des Moines Foundation. And with that, we'll kick off the program. And our awards chair, Scott Bennett, to lead it off. Scott.
Great, thank you. And President Kevin, just want to have my opportunity to say thank you for this past year and the multiple years. What a great year it's been. And good afternoon to all of you, and particularly the guests that are joining us today. I'm Scott Bennett. I've been the lucky enough to be part of the awards committee, and I've chaired that. And it's my pleasure to introduce this year's Police and Fire Recognition Program. We've been doing this for more than 25 years as the Des Moines Rotary Club, and we always, as Skeet said, one member from each of the fire and the police department are selected by their departments, and so it really is a tribute to their peers. And again, we are honored to be part of that process. This year, as Skeet said, the billboard, that's part of Lamar Advertising that does that for us, and so those will be showing up, and it's amazing when you're driving around how you have a smile on your face when you see those in your daily travels. Let's see, and I want, as Kevin said, that the foundation makes it possible. We do, as part of the foundation, it's $500 that we give the honorees a chance to designate a nonprofit of their choice, and so maybe we'll hear today of what they've chosen for those causes. And so with that, it's my pleasure. I'm going to introduce both of them, and they'll come up, but we'll start with Chief DeKip of the Des Moines Fire Department, fired by Major Doty of the Police Department.
Thanks, Scott. I get away from the people in the back. Can you hear me all right? All right. Thank you. On behalf of the department, myself, and the Aguilar family, please accept all of our thanks to the Rotary Club of Des Moines for your invitation to be here today. Our congratulations to the Des Moines Police Department and their recipient, Senior Police Officer Jacob Bokoff. It's an honor to stand before you as we recognize one of our finest, Fire Captain Jeremy Aguilar. As members of the fire department and the police department, we know and appreciate that Rotarians support us all throughout the year. When there's a call for help, we respond. We rely on our experience, training, and teamwork, but we do so with the knowledge that all of you are keeping us in your thoughts and prayers at every step. It means a lot, so thank you. Annually, you highlight that support by recognizing the members from our departments whose heroism and bravery, lifelong learning, and community service really stand out. Luckily, the selection process is a very difficult one. My thanks to our awards committee for all their efforts leading up to today. For the last 19 years, since he joined the Des Moines Fire Department, and even before that, Jeremy Aguilar has been living up to the ideals and values of the Rotary and the Des Moines Fire Department. His commitment to learning only begins to illustrate his approach to putting knowledge to good use and for good purposes. Jeremy holds an associate's degree in fire science from DMAC, bachelor's degrees in secondary English education and speech and public relations from Northwest Missouri State University, and a master's degree in organizational leadership from Waldorf University. He also completed the Certified Public Manager program through the state of Iowa and Drake University. At every step, I thought about just putting up its own billboard just for the amount of educational excellence that Jeremy brings to every effort. But at every educational journey is denoted by being an honor student or a recognition of excellence. Jeremy is an at-large director of the Carlisle School Board, president of the Carlisle Girls Softball Association, and he coaches multiple teams in his community. Jeremy recently started a Folds of Honor chapter in Iowa where he organizes and facilitates fundraisers that benefit first responders and military veterans in our community. You may have even participated in some of his events, such as the Adult Prom, the Memorial Day Stars and Stripes Home Run Derby, or one of the golf outings. Jeremy and his family have also opened their home to exchange students multiple times over the last few years. Jeremy assists in department volunteer activities such as the Miracle Field, for Make-A-Wish, and other organizations as well. He's an active member of the department's peer support team, our Honor Guard, our Active Threat Committee, our Personal Protective Equipment Committee, and he's a History Book Working Group member. Jeremy is a leader who puts his words into action. He isn't afraid to do the little things to make the big things possible. He is committed to bringing others along with him, ensuring they are healthy along their journey as well. These are the things that you don't see and they don't get the headline. They make a difference. They are the things that allow someone to go out and do that work, do it well, go home safely, have a healthy home life, and come back again. He's a difference maker. These are the qualities we all strive to achieve. It's how we fulfill the 4-week test. Members and guests, it's with great pleasure that I introduce to you 2025 Des Moines Rotary Club Firefighter of the Year, Fire Captain Jeremy Egger.
First, I just want to say thank you to the Rotary Club of Des Moines for acknowledging and honoring the men and women of the Des Moines Police and Des Moines Fire Departments year after year. I think he said maybe over 25 years. I found a record where I think the first one was 1989 was where somebody was awarded, given this honor. So that's a long time. So thank you so much for shining a light on our departments. We don't really want that limelight, but it is nice every now and then to have somebody acknowledge our work. So thank you very much. So wow, I'm very honored. Thank you, Chief, for those words. That means a lot. It means a whole lot to me. But I do have a confession to make. The only reason I'm up here today is because I have a knack for something, and it started from a very young age. I have a knack for being surrounded by exceptional people. That's it. That's the secret. I'm proud that my dad, Ron, is here today. My dad is a disability retired Des Moines firefighter. I remember visiting him at Station 6 one summer afternoon after getting baseball cards at B&B Grocery. And while I was at the station, listening to the firefighters belittle each other and then belly laugh afterwards. That hasn't changed. That still goes on every single day. They got called out for a structure fire, and they were rushing out the door, and I was left standing in the bay. Excuse me. And all I remember is the power cord swinging and their shoes laying there and me in the bay. And I just wanted to be on that truck so bad. I was probably about, 12 years old. And that was what do we call it, core memory? That was one of those core memories for me. Now, even though he has a lot of pain in his back and his legs due to injuries suffered on the job, he still tries to go to as many funerals and events as he can as a member of our honor guard. It kills him to stand that long, and he does it anyway. That's just a life of service and sacrifice. I have a knack for being surrounded by exceptional people. I'm also thrilled that my mom, Renee, is here, and my stepdad, Jim. My mom was also a shining example of serving others. I remember several years ago, she learned that a clerk at a convenience store that she would go to lost her car. Sorry. So this woman lost her means of transportation, and my mom barely knew her, raised money to get her a car. This was before GoFundMe and before social media, so it wasn't an easy task. And she gave the woman her keys with very little attention, but her kids were watching. I have a knack for being surrounded by exceptional people. My in-laws, Steve and Diane, are here today. These two people have treated me like a son for over 21 years now. They're constantly serving other people, whether by volunteering in the church nursery or teaching kids how to fold the flag the correct way. Sometimes they come and get us if my family gets stuck in another state because of our travel adventures. They come at the drop of a hat and they come and get us. I have a knack for being surrounded by exceptional people. My sister Lindsay is here also. She has one of the biggest hearts a human can have, but she will also be very good at knocking me down a peg if this honor seems to get to my head. In fact, all my siblings are very exceptional at that. And now I've talked about my family, my wife and 3 girls. My oldest, Addison, is a graduate of the Iowa Hero Academy and is currently a student at the University of Iowa, studying psychology, criminology, and international relations. She's also a state softball champion. Go Wildcats. She aspires to become employed in public safety someday. She's an exceptional person. My middle daughter, Alyssa, will be a senior this year. She'll also be attending the Iowa Hero Academy next month and is also considering a career in public safety or the Air Force. Makes a dad nervous but proud. She amazes me with her huge heart and ability to juggle so many responsibilities with dedication and integrity. She's an exceptional person. My youngest daughter, Maya, will be a freshman this year. She has navigated the difficult middle school years as a young girl like a boss, and has come out on the other side stronger than ever and ready to tackle high school. She still has some decisions to make about her future, but she's kicking around the idea of being a public safety dispatcher. She's an exceptional person. And my wife, Brianne, she's the one who makes me the best version of me. She's the one who keeps me grounded when I have some stupid idea that might find our family stranded in a foreign country without any money. Probably happened more than once, to be honest. But she's also the one who gives me enough leash to live out some crazy dreams. She comforts me when I'm sad, she forgives me when I make mistakes, she celebrates our victories, and she's the one who does all the dirty work and holds our family together, especially when I'm gone for 24 to 48 hours at a time. She has been an outstanding high school teacher for over 20 years. She has impacted numerous students and given them the best chance at success in their lives. My wife is an exceptional person. Moving on, I believe one reason I'm up here today is because of my involvement in establishing and leading Folds of Honor Iowa. Folds of Honor provides educational scholarships to the families of fallen and disabled military service members and first responders. But although this year has been just filled with growth and success, make no mistake, it was very slow moving when it was me by myself at my kitchen table with my laptop. It wasn't until I was surrounded by exceptional people that this has really taken off. So that's the secret, the Folds of Honor, is get exceptional people around you. I also understand there's a donation in my name, and of course I'm going to pick Folds of Honor. I thank you for that donation from the bottom of my heart. That means a lot. It's going to help some people in Iowa. I understand this on, sorry. Finally, I'd like to speak about the men and women of the greatest fire department in America, the men and women of the Des Moines Fire Department. I can't begin to describe the exceptional people that I'm surrounded with on a daily basis. So former Chicago Fire Department Deputy Chief John Eversole once said of his department, our department takes 1,120 calls a day. Do you know how many of the calls the public expects perfection on? 1,120. Nobody calls the fire department and says, Send me 2 dumbass firemen in a fire truck. No. In 3 minutes, they want 5 brain surgeons, decathlon champions, to come solve all their problems. The same can be said in Des Moines. At times, I honestly believe that I work with 300 brain surgeon decathlon champions. Now, there have also been times that I've been caught in the middle of contests who can make the loudest bodily noises in the bunk room at night. That's part of the charm, right? And it's such an interesting dichotomy. Seriously though, these people are amazing. I have seen firsthand acts of heroes and worthy of the big screen. I have seen problem solving on the level of those geniuses who can juggle Rubik's Cubes while solving them at the same time. But this is in zero visibility in the middle of the night with alarms going off and people pleading for them to help their families. My first captain, Jeff Crane, who's also a former firefighter of the year, told me one day, early on, said, "Jeremy, it's the crew that makes the officer look good, not the other way around." Now that I'm almost 19 years in the officer seat, I couldn't agree more. Along with the partners of the DMPD, our crews from around the city show up and jump on the rigs every day despite sleepless nights, physical danger, emotional trauma, or increased risk of cancer, all while maintaining that elementary school humor that I kind of alluded to earlier. I can't help but to be a better person and try my hardest to serve my fellow firefighters because of the examples they provide. I have a knack for being surrounded by exceptional people. 2 of my other guests, one of them can't be here today because he's at his captain's interview. But Lieutenant Jason Mason, he was also a fire person of the year. He nominated me, and my wife tells me that he nominated me several times without me knowing. He would call her each year and say, "Hey, can I add something to his resume?" He's a person that played a pivotal role in fighting for cancer to be covered for firefighters in Iowa. He's a needle mover. He's somebody who will push the scales into the direction of right and good. And to have his nomination, his friendship, I really appreciate. My other guest is one of my engineers, the person who drives me into Engine 1 on most days, Engineer Joe Patava. As a captain, I'm lucky to have several on our crew like him, but Engineer Patava is one of my go-to individuals when it comes to asking someone to mentor or teach one of our newer members. He's also a member of the awards committee for the department, and I know that's a difficult task because we have 300 brain surgeon decathlon champions. So to be nominated by my peers, selected by the awards committee, and approved by Chief DeKipp, it's a very humbling experience and an honor I do not take lightly. So thank you for being a great engineer, good mentor for others, and for your efforts on the awards committee, Joe. I'd also like to thank our department leadership team. Thank you for being here today. Where'd Chief go? There he is. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Chief Coleman is actually retiring and moving on to a new challenge of leading the Johnson Grimes Fire Department real soon. We're going to miss him, but it's something that he's ready for, and Johnson Grimes, I hope, is ready for. But I want to say thank you for your efforts to ensure that we have the training and equipment that we need to do our jobs. Thanks for making efforts through the designs of our new stations to help mitigate cancer. Your support and endeavors such as these do not go unnoticed. Finally, I'm up here today receiving this honor because of all the people I have mentioned today and more. Who they are, what they do, how they love, how they serve, is why I am who I am. They inspire me to do better, to be better, to better love and to better serve others. Just like my 3 friends and coworkers we lost to cancer over the last couple of years, just like they did. I have a knack for being surrounded by exceptional people. So as I look around this room, it's filled with leaders, people of influence, pillars of the community. Hopefully the main takeaway, it's probably not a secret, but you probably already know this being where you are. But one of the best things you can do in your mission is to surround yourself with exceptional people. And if you find yourself in the presence of someone who's not exceptional, work hard to make them exceptional. The dividends you receive from investing in other people will pay you back greatly. So thank you again for this honor. It really means the world to me. I will remember this day with pride for the rest of my life. Thank you.
fantastic speech, and I'm not happy I have to follow that. I'd like to start by saying thank you to the Rotary Club of Des Moines for giving us this opportunity to acknowledge our police and fire. It's the great work that we do throughout the community, and he's right, we don't ask for the limelight, but it sure is nice once in a while to be recognized for it. So thank you very much for that. Also like to thank the Embassy Club. This is a venue that is fantastic and worthy of such a prestigious award as the ones we are giving away today. So thank you for that. Officer Jacob Bokoff has been part of the Des Moines Police Department for 3 years. He spent most of that time on First Watch Patrol, which for those of you who don't know, First Watch Patrol is overnights. And although he's a relatively new officer, he has consistently exhibited a calm brand of courage. Back in 2023, I had the honor of being the watch commander on First Watch Patrol, and Officer Bokoff was one of my officers. I distinctly remember a call on the city's west side where a homeowner had called and said that someone that they did not know was attempting to make entry into their residence through the front door. A short time later, Officer Bokoff arrived on the scene as the first officer. I can remember him then getting on the radio and saying, "I'm fighting with one, I need another officer." That in and of itself is not unique. That happens from time to time in our line of work. But what I thought was unique, and why I remember it today, is the calmness in which he spoke on the radio. This is a relatively new officer, and it sounded as though he'd simply asked dispatch for a case number, not that he was fighting with someone. So, interest piqued, I go to the scene. By the time I get there, the work has been done, and the person is arrested. I'm talking to Officer Bokoff, and he tells me this is the first time that he's ever gone hands-on with anybody in the line of work. I then find out that also this gentleman was larger than Officer Bokoff and highly intoxicated. Not usually a good combination. Despite all that, cool as a cucumber. Since then, he and his fellow First Watch officers have continued the good work by contributing to the safety of the citizens of Des Moines, responding to trips for service, taking proactive policing approach. But today I would like to highlight specific actions that Officer Bokoff took during a critical incident where he placed the safety of others before his own. On the evening of September 16th, 2024, Officer Moritz and Contreras initiated a traffic stop on the city's east side on a blue 2005 Ford Focus driven by Joshua Green. Green refused to stop for officers and led them on a short pursuit, which ultimately ended when his vehicle struck a tractor trailer and became hung up on it. Officer Bokoff, hearing the radio traffic of the pursuit, arrived at the scene, followed a short time later by Captain Chad Steffen. They gave Mr. Green several commands to exit the car, all of which he refused. Instead, Mr. Green attempted to dislodge his vehicle so that he could again flee officers. Ultimately, Officer Moritz and Bokoff tried to utilize a taser to subdue Mr. Green, which failed, so they went hands-on and pulled him out of the vehicle. During that time, Mr. Green was able to retrieve a firearm from his waistband and fire several shots at officers. Officer Bokoff was shot in the left forearm. Officer Moritz was shot in the head. With his left arm injured and unusable, Officer Bokoff drew his weapon and, along with other officers at the scene, returned fire, subduing the threat. Officer Bokoff then notified dispatch of an officer down and that they needed medical attention. Then, using his right arm, his only functioning arm, he grabbed a hold of Officer Moritz, who was unconscious, and pulled him away from the scene to safety. Then, using his right arm, he applied a tourniquet to his own injury on his left arm, before immediately going right back to Officer Moritz and applying pressure to Cade's injury. Officer Bokoff is worthy of this recognition, not because he was injured or because he returned fire, but because of how he selflessly responded during a chaotic and horrifying situation that would have paralyzed most of us. It is for that reason
that I am proud to recognize him as the Des Moines Police Department's Officer of the Year.
Man, I got some big shoes to fill after that first speech. So I'd like to start off the speech by just saying how truly honored I am to be standing up here in front of everyone to receive this award. When I first started my career here 3 years ago, never thought I'd be standing up here. Then again, never thought I'd be getting shot in the arm. So I guess there's a first for everything when it comes to that. Achieving this award was not something that I accomplished on my own. I'd like to give a shout out to my family for helping me along the way from birth to the academy and doing everything for me. I also like to give a shout out to my fiance, Madison, who's in attendance here. She likes to claim that she nursed me back to health for my injury. I'm honored to work alongside some of the truly amazing cops of this department, alongside second best firefighters. I'm thankful some of my closest friends are able to join me in attendance, because I wouldn't be here standing in front of you all without their help throughout everything. I'd also like to thank the command staff for nominating me for this award. Truly appreciate everything that they do and everything that they made possible for here. I also want to give a special thank you for the Rotary Club. Thank you guys all for putting on this special show. Thank you for everything that you guys do for the city. Thank you for the donation. I was able to choose the Ronald McDonald Foundation, and glad that money can go somewhere good. Thank you all again for this honor, and I'll continue to strive to make a positive impact on my community.
Well, what a lunchtime event here today. Congratulations to firefighter Eganor and police officer Bokoff for all of your great work, and congratulations to your family and to your friends and all those that support you. Also want to thank Chief DeKip, Major Doty, and really all the members of the police and firefighters here today supporting this event. And really to your families too. From us, it's a heartfelt thank you for all the service you do to our community. So thank you all very much. And to the awards committee and Scott, thank you for the good work you've done with this as well. So we're at the point where I get to say a few words before I hand over the gavel.
Take your time.
To Tim. So I guess starting off with thank yous, and I guess want to start off with thanking all of you. Kind words, support, coaching, you've all done it, and you've made this year great. Also have to second off with Kitty, who partnership and providing me those guardrails whenever I was pushing things maybe a little too far, she'd pull me back in. As Carter and I were conceptualizing this 3-year strategic plan idea, it became apparent that I really needed to get the next 2 presidents that would be a part of this 3-year plan together on a board. And so special thanks to Tim and Josh for supporting this, and I see this thing continuing on, and just so glad to be handing this gavel off to Tim. I got to share one bit of good news to you, and we're going to go over our strategic metrics, I think, later, maybe in July, Tim, where we share how we're doing on our 3-year numbers. But there's one number that I wanted to share with all of you before I go, because it's in and the results are in. For the last 20 years, Kitty has kind of looked back and said, what could she readily access? And for the last 20 years, this club has, at best, broke even in membership. We've had a number of declines over the last 20 years, not unlike many service organizations. But the results are in, and in the 2024-2025 year, this club grew. So thanks to all of you that made that happen. And congratulations. So, Timothy, come on up here. It's my privilege to welcome your new president, Tim Lilwitz. With your help, I have the greatest confidence that Tim will take this momentum that we've generated this year and take it to another level. So Tim, welcome to your year as president of the Rotary Club of Des Moines. Here's your gavel.
Thank you.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Many of you know what I do for a living. This has a lot of power in the profession that I partake in. So now you're all in big trouble. No, a sincere thank you to Kevin, though, for his service to this club, but more than service, just your leadership. It was truly an honor to sit back this year and watch you come up with a strategic plan, lead us as a club, and accomplish things like you said that are essentially transformative for this club. We haven't done what we've been doing in 20 years. So could you join me in a standing ovation for Kevin? He's done a fantastic job. And with that, I think annually we have these little fun gifts to give to you. Kitty told me there'd be things up there. Well, you get a couple of things. You get a president's pin. Is that up here, Kitty?
It's in the back. Everything's in the back.
Oh, everything's in the back.
Everything's
See,
in the
I can
bag.
follow instructions very well.
You're not supposed to unpack it.
Oh, no. Well, you get a, yeah, she's already told me what to do. Thank you, Kitty. Appreciate it. You get a president's pin. You get a plaque, like all presidents do. There's also something special inside the bag that relates to one of your hobbies. Wink, wink, golf. And then one other thing that'll be coming later from the club. So, on behalf of the Rotary Club of Des Moines, thank you, Kevin. And just a few short comments before we adjourn for the day. I do want to welcome our new board members. Kevin thanked the outgoing board members earlier. Scott, you moved from the awards committee to the board next year. Thank you. Brittany Freund. Brittany, are you here? I don't think so. Susan Junkin. Susan, are you here? Susan's all the way in the back. Thank you, Susan, for joining the board. It'll be great to work with you. And Ganesh Kampat, are you here as well? Hi, Ganesh. Ganesh will be joining our board as well as the Sergeant at Arms this coming year. So thank you to all of you. I want to unveil real briefly, Rotary International comes up every year with a, that used to be called a presidential message, and now it's just a, presidential saying. They changed the nomenclature on that. But the new banner for this year, which is a very bright and lively banner, and I'll put it up here, is Unite for Good is the message. And I think it's a very appropriate message for what this club does on a weekly basis, and I'm excited to continue that message for the next year. I'm extremely humbled and honored to be the next president of this great club. You know, Kitty provided me, I wasn't a member back in 2011 when we had the centennial, but Kitty provided me with the book from that year, and to look back at some of the names that have been president of this club since 1911, it's incredible, and it's frankly a little bit scary because I have some big shoes to fill. But I promise you I'll do my absolute best to lead this club for the next year. And as Kevin mentioned, he came to me and Josh before his year and got our buy-in on this three-year strategic plan. I'm hopeful we can make it longer than the 3-year strategic plan, because I think those pillars that you have all seen up on the slideshow this year, the membership, fellowship, and community impact, I really do believe that when those pillars are stronger, this club is a lot stronger.
So there was a lot of strategy and planning that went into that, and that will be my focus for this next year as well. So with that, we're really good on time, Kitty, but I'll give you the next couple meetings. So no meeting next week, July 3rd, holiday. Have a great week with your family and friends celebrating Independence Day. And don't show up here on July 3rd because we will not be here. July 10th, we have Catherine Wales with a program entitled Empower Tanzania. And that will be a really unique program for us to witness then. So bring someone that you feel would be appropriate as a guest. July 17th, as often happens, because I've served on the programs committee, the summertime is a unique time to schedule speakers because you also have to juggle vacations and those types of things. But I know our programs committee is working on July 17th, and we will have a speaker to be announced once we come back from the holiday. Thanks to all of our guests today from both as Kevin mentioned, both the police and the fire departments here in Des Moines. Congrats to firefighter Jeremy Eganor. That was a fantastic speech. Thank you for that. And Senior Police Officer Jacob Bokoff. Thank you for your heroism and your service. Thank you for all of you for being here today and being members of this great club. And thank you for your support of the Rotary Club of Des Moines, which makes days like this possible. Kevin, thank you again for your leadership for the last year. I'm sure you won't be going far because I might call on you to fill in for me if I have something to do for the day. Have a safe and happy Independence Day. And before I leave, I know a lot of our presidents have had sayings, parting sayings every week that they have. Back when I used to be on Twitter or X, several years ago before I got off of it because of the cesspool that it kind of is, I followed a gentleman whose name is Andrew Brandt. He was a former NFL front office individual with the Green Bay Packers. He's actually a lawyer and a law professor at Villanova now. And he had something he always put on Twitter either during holidays or when he was wishing someone well, and he said, "Stay true to the good." And I think that is a great saying for this club because it embodies the Rotary spirit and it aligns not only with our club, but of course the theme for this year. So until July 10th, when we meet again, Rotarians, stay true to the good. We are adjourned.